9 kids of the watery star have been the shepherd's nose since we have left our throne without a burden. Time and again we go up my brother in our thanks. If we should for perpetuity go hence in death, and therefore, like a cypher, yet standing in his place, I multiply by one, we thank many thousands more that go before you.
Stay your thanks a while and pay them when you part.
Sir, that's tomorrow. I am questioned by my fears what may chance, or bring upon our absence that may blow no sleeping winds at home to make us say, this has been put forth too true. Besides, I have stayed to tie your royalty.
We are tougher, brother, than you can put us to it.
No longer stay.
17 nights longer.
Very soon. Tomorrow.
We'll part the time between us then, and in that I'll no gainsay.
Press me not, beseech you, sir. There is no tongue in all the world that moves me such as yours.
I had thought, sir, to have held my peace until you had drawn oaths from him not to stay. You, sir, charged him too coldly. Tell him you are sure all in Bohemia as well. This satisfaction the bygone day proclaimed. Tell him this, he speaks from his best ward.
Well said, Hermione.
To tell he longs to see his son was strong, well, let him say so then, and let him go. But let him swear so, and he shall not stay. We'll thwack him hence with royal distaff. Oh, yet of your royal presence I'll adventure the borrow of a week. When, at Bohemia, you take my lord, I'll give him my commission to let him there a month behind the guest prefix for his parting. Yet, good deed, Leontes, I love thee not a jar of the clock behind what lady she her lord. You'll stay.
No, ma'am.
Oh, nay, but you will.
I may not, verily.
Verily? You put me off with limber vows, but I, though you would seek to unsphere the stars with oaths, should yet say, sir, no going. Verily, you shall not go. A lady's verily is as potent as a lord's. Will you go yet? Force me to keep you as a prisoner, not as a guest, so you shall pay your fees when you depart and save your thanks. How say you, my prisoner or my guest? By your dread, verily, one of them you shall be.
Your guest then, madam. For to be your prisoner would import offending, which is for me less easy to commit than you to punish.
Not your jailer then, but your kind hostess. Come, I'll question you of my lord's tricks and yours when you were boys. You were pretty lordings then.
We were, fair queen, two lads that thought there was no more behind today but such a day tomorrow, and to be boy eternal.
But was not my lord the merrier wag of the two?
We were as twin lambs that did frisk in the sun and bleat the one to the other. What we changed was innocence for innocence. We knew not the doctrine of ill-doing, nor dreamed any did. Had we pursued that life, and our weak spirits ne'er been higher reared with stronger blood, we should have answered heaven boldly, not guilty. The imposition cleared, hereditary ours.
By this, we gather you have tricked since.
O my most sacred lady, temptations have since then been born to us. For in those unpleasuring days was my wife a girl, and your precious self had not crossed the isles of my young playfellow.
Oh, grace to boot. The offences we have made you do will answer if you first sinned with us, and that with us you did continue fault, and that you slipped not with any, but with us.
Is he one yet?
He'll stay, my lord.
At my request, he would not. Hermione, my dearest, thou never spokest to better purpose.
Oh, never?
Never but once.
What? Have I twice said well? When was before, I prithee tell me? Cram us with praise and make us as fat as tame things. Our praises are our wages. You may ride us with one soft kiss, 1,000 furlongs there as fur, we eat an acre, but to the goal. My last good deed was to entreat his stay. What was my first? It has an elder sister, or I mistake you, would her name were Grace. But once before I spoke to the princess when, nay, let me have it. I love.
Why, that was when 3 crabbed months had soured themselves to death, ere I could make thee open thy white hand and clap thyself my love. Then didst thou utter, I am yours, forever.
'Tis grace indeed. Why, lo now, I have spoken to the purpose twice. The one for ever and a royal husband, the other for some while a friend.
Too hard. Too hard. To mingle friendship far is mingling bloods. I have tremor cordis on you. My heart dances, but not for joy. Not joy. This entertainment may a free face put on, derive a liberty from heartiness, from bounty, fertile bosom, and well become the agent, it may, I grant. But to be paddling palms, and pinching fingers as now they are, and making practised smiles as in a looking glass, and then to sigh as 'twere more to the clear. Oh, that is entertainment my bosom likes not, no, nor my brows. Mamilius, art thou my boy?
Aye, my good lord.
Effects, why, that's my moorcock. What? Hast smatched thy nose? They say it is a copy out of mine. Come, Sir Page, look on me with your welkin eye. Sweet villain, most dearest, my comet. Can thy down? May it be affection. Thy intention stabs the centre. Thou dost make possible things not so held. Communicate with dreams. How can this be? With what's unreal thou co-active art, and fellow snuffing. Then 'tis very prudent thou mayest co-join with something, and thou dost, and that beyond commission. And I find it, and that the softening of my heart and the hardening of my brows.
What means Syria?
He sung me seems unsettled.
How now, my lord, what cheer? How is with you, my best brother?
You look as if you held a brow of much distraction. Are you moved, my lord?
No, in good earnest. How sometimes nature will betray its folly, its tenderness, and make itself a pastime to harder bosoms. Looking on the lines of my boy's face, methought I did recoil some 23 years. Saw myself unbreeched in my green velvet coat, my dagger muzzled, lest it should bite its master, and so prove, as ornaments oft do, most dangerous. How alike, methought, I then was to this curve, this squash, this gentleman. My honest friend, will you take eggs for money?
No, my lord. I'll fight.
You will? Why then? Happy man be as dull. My brother, are you so fond of your young prince as we do seem to be of ours?
If I hope, sir, you took my exercise, my mirth, my matter. Now my sworn friend, then my enemy, my parasite, my soldier, statesman, all. He makes a July day as short as December. With ever-changing charms and stirs in me thoughts that would thicken my blood.
So stands this squire, officed with me. We two will walk, my lord, and leave you to your braver steps. Hermione, how thou lovest us, show in our brother's welcome. Let what is dear in Sicily be cheap, for next to thyself and my young Rover, he's a parent to our heart.
If you would seek us, we are yours in the garden. Shall I attend you there?
To your own bents dispose you. You'll be found, but you beneath the sky. I am angry now, though you perceive not how I give line. Go to! See how she holds up the nail, the bill to him, and arms her with the boldness of a wife to her allowing husband. Gone, already, inch thick, knee deep, by head and ears, a forked one. Go, play, boy, play. Thy mother plays, and I play too, but so disgraced a part whose issue will hiss me to my grave. Contempt and clamour will be my knell. Go! Play, boy, play. There have been, or I am much deceived, cuckolds ere now, and many a man there is, even now, at this present, now as I speak this, holds his wife by the arm, the little thinks she has been sluiced in his absence, and his pond fished by his next neighbour, by Sir Smile, his neighbour. Nay, there's comfort in it, whilst other men have gates, and those gates opened like mine against my will. Should all despair that have revolted wives, a tenth of mankind would hang themselves. Physic forth there's none. It is a bawdy plan, and will strike where 'tis predominant, and is powerful, think it from east, west, north, and south. Be it concluded, no barricado for a belly. It will let in and out the enemy, with bag and baggage. Many thousand on us have the disease, and feel it not. How now, boy?
I am like you, they say.
Why, there's some comfort. What? Camillo there!
Aye, my lord.
Go play no music. Thou art an honest man. Camillo, this great sir will yet stay longer.
You
had much ado to make his anger hold. When you cast out, it still came home.
Didst know?
He would not stay at your petition. Made his business more material.
Didst perceive it? They're here with me already, whispering round me. Cecilia is a soul for. 'Tis far gone when I shall dust it last. How came it, Camillo, that he did stay?
Why, at the good queen's entreaty.
The queen's beard. Good should be pertinent, but so it is not. Was this taken by any understanding text with that? For thy conceit is soaking, will draw in more than the common flocks. Not noted is, but of the finer natures by some several rules of headpiece extraordinary. Lower messes, perchance, are to this business purblind. Say.
Business, my lord. I think most understand Bohemia stays here longer. Stays here longer.
But why?
Lord, to satisfy your highness and the entreaties of our most gracious mistress.
Satisfy the entreaties of your mistress. Satisfy. Let that suffice. I have trusted thee, Camillo, with all the nearest things to my heart, as well my chamber councils, wherein priest-like thou hast cleansed my bosom. I from thee departed thy taint before, but we have been deceived in thy integrity, deceived by that which seems so.
Be it not so, my lord.
Rely upon it, thou art not honest, or if thou inclines that way, thou art a coward, which hoxes honesty behind, restraining from course required, or else thou must be counted a servant, grafted in my serious trust, and therein negligent, or else a fool, that sees a game played home, the rich stakes drawn, and takes it all for jest.
In your affairs, my lord, if ever I were wilful negligent, it was my folly. If industriously I played the fool, it was my negligence, not weighing well the end. If ever failed to do a thing where I issued out of it, where all the execution cried out against the non-performance, 'twas a fear which oft infects the wisest. These, my lord, are such allowed infirmities that honesty is never free of. But beseech your grace, be plain with me. Let me know my trespass by its own visage. If I then deny it, 'tis none of mine.
And not you sinned, Camillo? Oh, but that's past doubt. You have, for your eyeglass is thicker than a cuckold's horn, or heard. For to a vision so apparent, rumour cannot be mute, or thought. For cogitation resides not in the man that does not think. My wife is slippery. If thou wilt confess, or else be impudently negative to have no eyes, nor ears, nor thought, then say my wife's a hobby horse, deserves a name as rank as any flaxen wench that puts to it before her troth plight. Say it, and justify.
I would not be a stander by and hear my sovereign mistress clouded so without my present vengeance taken. Through my heart you never spoke what did become you less than this, which to reiterate were sin as deep as that, though true.
Is whispering nothing, is leaning cheek to cheek, is meeting noses, kissing with inside ring, stopping the career of laughter with a sigh, and noting foul breaking honesty, horsing foot on foot, starting in corners, wishing clocks more swift, hours, minutes, noon, midnight, and all eyes blind with the pin and web but theirs only, which would unseen be wicked. Is this nothing? Why, then the world and all that's in it is nothing. The covering sky is nothing. Bohemia, nothing. My wife is nothing. nor nothing have these nothings, if this be nothing.
My lord, be cured of this diseased opinion, and betimes what is most dangerous.
Say be, 'tis true.
No, my lord.
It is. You lie. Thou liest, Camilla, and I hate thee. Pronounce thee a gross lout, a mindless slave, or else a hovering temporizer, that canst with thine eye at once see good and evil, inclining to them both. While my wife's liver, infected as her love, she would not last the running of one glass.
But who does infect her?
He that wears her like a medal hanging about his neck, Bohemia! Who, if I had servants true about me, who bear eyes alike to see mine honour as their own profits, their own particular thrift, they would do that which would undo more doing. Aye, and thou, his cupbearer, whom I from meaner form have benched and reared to worship, and who may see as plainly as heaven sees earth, and earth sees heaven, how I am galled, might bespice a cup to give mine enemy the lasting wink, which draught to me were cordial.
Sir, my lord, I could do this, and that with no rash potion, but with a lingering dram that should not work maliciously like poison. But I cannot believe this crack to be in my dread mistress, so sovereignly being honourable. I have loved thee.
Let that be thy question, and don't rot. Just think, I am so muddy, so unsettled, to appoint myself in this vexation. Give scandal to the blood of the prince, my son, whom I do think is mine, and love as mine, without ripe moving to it. Could I do this? Could man so blench?
Sir, I must believe. I do, and will fetch off Bohemia for it, provided that, when he's removed, your highness will take again your queen as yours at first, even for your son's sake, and thereby for sealing the injury of tongues in courts and kingdoms known and allied to yours.
Thou hast advised me even so, as I mine own course have set down. I'll give no blemish to her honour. None.
Go then, my lord, and with a countenance as clear as friendship wears at feasts, keep with Bohemia and with your queen. I am his cupbearer. If from me he has wholesome beverage, account me not your servant.
This is all. Do it, and thou hast the one half of my heart. Do it not, and thou splitst thine own.
I'll do it, my lord.
I will seem friendly, as thou hast advised me.
Oh, miserable lady. In what case stand I? I must be the poisoner of good Polixenes, and my ground to do it is the obedience to a master, one who in rebellion with himself will have all that are his, so too. To do this deed, promotion follows. If I could find example of thousands that had struck anointed kings and flourished, I'd not do it. But since nor brass, nor stone, nor parchment bears not one, let villainy itself forswear it. I must forsake the court. To do it or no, it's certain to be a breakneck. Happy star reign now. Here comes Bohemia.
That's strange. Thinks my favourite here begins to walk, not speak. Good day, Camillo.
Hail, most royal sir.
What is the news in the court?
Non rem, my lord.
The king has under such a countenance he has lost some province in a region loved as he loves himself. Even now, I met him with customary compliments, when he, wafting his eyes to the contrary and forming a lip of much contempt, speeds from me, leaving me to consider what is breeding that changes thus his manners.
I dare not know, my lord.
What? Dare not? Do not? Do you know and dare not? Good Camillo. Your changed complexion is to me a mirror which shows me mine changed too. For I must be a party in this alteration, finding myself thus altered with it.
There is a sickness which puts some of us in distemper, but I cannot name the disease, and it is caught of you that yet are well.
How caught of me? Make me not something like the basilisk. I have looked on thousands that have spent the better for my regard, but killed none so. Good Camillo, I beseech you, if you know aught which does behove my knowledge, therefore to be informed, imprison it not in ignorant concealment.
I may not answer.
The sickness caught of me, yet I well. I must be answered. Do you hear, Camillo? I conjure that thou divulge what idiocy of harm is creeping towards me. How far off? How near? Which way to be prevented, if to be? If not, how best to bear it?
Sir, I will tell you, since I am charged in honour, and by him that I think honourable. Therefore mark my counsel, which must be even as swiftly followed as I mean to utter it, or else yourself and me cry lost, and so good night. Onward. I am appointed him to murder you.
By whom?
By the king.
For what?
He thinks, nay, in all confidence he swears, as he had seen it or been an instrument to device you to it, that you have touched his queen forbidden.
And my best blood returns an infected journey. My name be yoked with those that I betray the best. Take then my fair reputation to a saviour that will strut the dullest nostril when I arrive. Aye, my approach be shunned, nay, hated too. More than the worst infection that was heard or read.
Swear his thought over by each particular star in heaven and by all their influences. You may as well forbid the sea for to obey the moon, as or by oath remove or counsel shake the fabric of his folly. Whose foundation is piled upon his faith, and will continue the standing of his body.
How has this grown?
I know not. I am sure 'tis safer to avoid what's grown than question how 'tis born. Therefore, if you dare trust my honesty, which lies enclosed in this body, and which you will bear along in form, away tonight. Your followers I will whisper to this business, and in twos and threes by several posterns clear them of the city. For myself, I have put my fortunes to your service, which are here by this discovery lost.
I do believe thee. I saw his heart in his face. Give me thy hand. Be pilot to me, and thy places shall still neighbour mine. My ships are ready. My people did expect my next departure 2 days ago. His jealousies for a precious creature. If she is rare, must it be great? And as his person is mighty, must it be violent? As he does conceive he is dishonoured by a man who did once profess to him. Why, this his revenges must be made more bitter. Fear overshades me. Swift expedition to be my friend and comfort the gracious queen, part of his theme, but nothing of his ill-got suspicions. will respect thee as a father that bears my life off. Hence, let us avoid.
It is in mine authority to command the keys to all the posterns. Please your highness to take the urgent tower. Come, sir, away.
Oh, take the boy to you. He troubles me so, 'tis past enduring.
Come, my gracious lord, shall I be your playfellow?
No, are none of you.
Why, my sweet lord?
You'll kiss me hard and speak to me if I were a baby still. I love you better.
And why so, my lord?
Not for because your brows are blacker, yet black brows, they say, make some women best. So that there be not too much hair there, but in a half moon or a semicircle, made with a pen.
Who taught thee this?
I learned it out of women's faces. Pray now, what colour are your eyebrows?
Blue, my lord.
Nay, that's a mock. I've seen a lady's nose has been blue, but not her eyebrows.
Hark ye, the queen your mother rounds the pace. We shall present our services to a fine new prince one of these days, and then you would want him with us, if we would have you.
She is spread of late into a goodly bulk. Good time encounter her.
What wisdom stirs among you? Come, sir, now I am for you again. Come, sit by me and tell us a tale.
Merry or sad shall it be?
Why, as merry as you will.
A sad tale is best for winter. I am one of sprites of gold.
Well, let's have that then. Oh, come on, sit down and fright me with your sprites. You're powerful at it.
There was a man.
Nay, sit down, then on.
Dwelt in the courtyard. I will tell it softly. Young crickets shall not hear it.
Come on then, and give it to me in mine ear.
Was he met there? Is Trent Camillo with him?
Behind a tuft of pines I met them. Never saw I men scurry so on their way. I watched them even to their ships.
How blessed am I in my just sense, in my true opinion. A lack for lesser knowledge. How accursed in being so blessed. There may be in the cup a spider steeped, and one may drink, depart, and yet partake no venom, for his knowledge is not infected. But if one present the abhorred ingredient to his eye, make known how he hath drunk, he cracks his sides, his gorge, with violent hefts. I have drunk and seen the spider. Camillo was his help in this, his pander. There is a plot against my life, my crown. All's true that is mistrusted. That false villain whom I employed was free employed by him. They have discovered my design, and I remain a pinched thing. Yeah, a very trick for them to play at will. How came the postern so easily opened?
By his great authority, which often hath prevailed no less than so on your command.
I know it too well. Give me the boy. I'm glad not nurse him, though he does bear some signs of me. Yet you have too much blood in him.
Oh, what is this? Sport?
Away with him. He shall not come about her. Bear him hence, and let her sport herself with that she's big with. For 'tis Polixenes hath made thee swell thus.
But I'd say he had not, and I'd be sworn you would believe my saying, howe'er you lean to the nayward.
You, my lords, look on her. Be but about to say, she's a goodly lady, and the justice of your hearts will thereto add, 'tis pity she's not honest. Honour, praise her but for this, her without door form, which on my faith deserves high praise. And straight, the shrug, the hum and ha, the petty browns that calumny doth use. I am out, for calumny will sear virtue itself. These shrugs, these hums and has, when you have said she's goodly, come between, ere you can say she's honest. But be it known, from him that has most cause to grieve, it should be so. She's an adulteress.
Should a villain say so, the most replenished villain in the world, he were as much more villain. You, my lord, do but mistake.
You have mistook, my lady, Polixenes for Leontes. I have said she's an adulteress. I have said with whom. More, she's a traitor. And Camillo is a federary with her, and one that knows what she should shame to know herself, but with her most vile principle, that she's a bed-swerver, as bad as those that vulgars give boldest titles. I am privy to this, their latest scandal.
No! By my life, privy to none of this. Oh, how shall this grieve you when you shall come to clear knowledge that you thus have published me? Gentle my lord, you scarce can write me thoroughly than to say you did mistake.
If I mistake in those foundations which I build upon, the centre is not big enough to bear a schoolboy's top. Away with her! To prison. He that shall speak for her is a far off guilty, but that he speaks.
There's some ill planet reigns. I must be patient till the heavens look with an aspect more favourable. Good my lords, I am not prone to winking as our sex commonly are, the want of which vain dew shall perchance dry your pities. But I have lodged here that honourable grief which burns worse than tears drown. Therefore beseech you, lords, with thoughts so qualified as your charity shall best instruct you, measure me, so the king's will be performed.
Shall I be heard?
Who is that goes with me? Beseech your hands, my women may be with me, for you see, my plight requires it. Do not weep, good fools. When you shall know your mistress has deserved prison, then abound in tears as I come out. This action I now go on is for my better grace. Adieu, my lord. I never wish to see you sorry. Now I trust I shall. Come, my women, you have leave.
Go, do my bidding, hence.
Beseech your highness, call the queen again.
Be certain what you do, sir, lest your justice prove violence, in the which three great ones suffer, yourself, your queen, and your son.
For her, my lord, I dare my life lay down, and will do it, sir. Please you to accept that the queen is spotless in the eyes of heaven, and to you in this which you accuse her.
If she be otherwise, I'll keep my stables where I lodge my wife. I'll go in couples with her. For every woman in this world, every dram of woman's flesh is false if she be.
Hold your pieces!
Good, my lord.
It is for you we speak, not for ourselves. You are abused, and by some putter on will be damned for it. Would I knew that, then I would land him. Be she honour flawed, I have 3 daughters. The eldest is 11, the second and the third, 9 and some 5. If this be true, they'll pay for it. On my honour, tell them all. 14 they shall not see to bring false generations. They are co-heirs, and I'd rather glib myself than they shall not produce fair issues.
Cease no more! You smell this business with a sense as cold as is a dead man's nose. But I do see it and feel it as you feel doing thus. And see withal the instruments that feel. Our prerogative calls not your counsels, but our natural goodness imparts this, which if you are stupefied or seeming so in skill, cannot or will not relish truth, like us, inform yourselves. We need no more of your advice. The matter, the loss, the gain, the ordering on it is all properly ours.
And I wish, my liege, that only in your silent judgment you tried it, without more overture.
How can this be? Either thou art most ignorant by age, or thou wert born a fool. Camillo's flight added to their familiarity to push on this proceeding. Yet, for a greater confirmation, I have dispatched in post to sacred Delphos, to Apollo's temple, Cleomenes and Diana, whom you know, are stuffed sufficiency. Now, from the oracle will they bring all, whose spiritual counsel shall stop or spurn. Have I done well?
Well done, my lord.
Though I am satisfied, and need no more than what I know, yet shall the oracle give rest to the minds of others, such as he, whose ignorant credulity will not come up to the truth. So, have we thought it good that from our free person she should be confined, lest that the treachery of the two fled hence be left her to perform? Come, follow us. We are to speak in public, for this business will raise us all.
To laughter, as I take it, if the good truth were known.
The keeper of the prison, call to him, let him have knowledge who I am. Lady, no court in Europe is too good for thee. What dost thou then in prison? Now, good sir, you know me, do you not?
For a worthy lady, and one as much honour.
I pray you then, conduct me to the Queen.
I may not, madam, to the contrary, I have express commandment.
His do, to lock up honour and honesty from the access of gentle visitors. Is lawful, pray you, to see her women, any of them, Emilia.
So, please you, madam, set aside these your attendants, and I will bring Emilia forth.
I pray you then, call her. Withdraw yourself.
And madam, I must be present at your conference.
Well, be it so, prithee. Is such a do, to make no stain, a stain as passes colour. Oh, dear gentlewoman, how fares our gracious lady?
As well as one so great and so forlornly held together, on her frights and the griefs which never attended Lady Catherine greater. She is something before her time delivered.
A boy?
Her daughter, and a goodly babe, lusty and like to live. The Queen receives much comfort in it. She says, my poor prisoner, I am as innocent as you.
Oh, I dare be sworn it. These dangerous, unsafe looms in the king beshrew them. He must be told of it, and he shall. The office becomes a woman best. Well, I'll take it on me. If I prove honey-mouthed, let my tongue blister, and never to my red-looked anger be the trumpet anymore. Pray you, Emilia, commend me to the Queen, If she dare trust me with her little babe, I'll show it the king, and undertake to be her advocate to the loudest. We do not know how he may soften at the sight of the child. Silence often of pure innocence persuades when speaking fails.
Most worthy Madam, your honour and your goodness is so evident that your free undertaking cannot miss a thriving issue. There is no Henry so pleased with this great errand. Please wait to visit the next room. I'll presently acquaint the Queen of your most noble offer, who but today hammered at this design that does not tempt a minister of honour lest she should be denied.
Oh, tell her, Amelia, I'll use that tongue I have. If wit flow from it as boldness from my bosom, let not be doubted I shall do good.
Now be you blessed for it. I'll to the Queen. Please, consult you nearer.
Madam, if it please the Queen send the babe, I know not what I shall incur to pass it, having no warrant.
You need not fear it, sir. This child was prisoner to the womb, and is by law and process of great nature thence freed and enfranchised, not a party to the anger of the king, nor guilty of, if any be, the trespass of the queen.
I do believe it.
Do not you fear, sir. Upon mine honour, I will stand betwixt you and danger.
No night, no day, no rest. It is but weakness to bear the matter thus. Mere weakness. If the cause were not in me, part of the cause, she, the adulteress, for the heart of the king is quite beyond mine arm, out of the blank and level of my brain, plot proof. But she, I can hook to me. Say that she were gone, given to the fire. A moiety of my rest might come to me again. Who's there?
My lord,
How does the boy?
he took good rest tonight as though the sickness is discharged.
To see his nobleness, conceiving the dishonour of his mother, he straight declined, drooped, took it deeply, fastened and fixed a shame on himself, threw off his spirit, his appetite, his sleep, and downright language. Leave me so, go, see how he fares. Camillo and Polixenes laugh at me, make their pastime at my sorrow. They should not laugh if I produce them, and nor shall she, within my power.
Madam, you must not
Nay, rather, good my lords, be second to me. Feel you his tyrannous passion more or less than the queen's life? Gracious, innocent soul, more free than he is jealous.
That's enough. Madam, he has not slept all night, commanded that none should come at him.
Not so hot, good sir. I do come to bring him sleep. 'Tis such as you that creep like shadows by him and do sigh at each his needless heavings, such as you nourish the cause of his awakening. I do come with words as medicinal as true, honest as either, to purge him of that humour that presses him from sleep.
How? Away with that audacious lady. Antigonus, I charge thee that she should not come about me. I knew she would.
I told her, sir, on your displeasure's peril and on mine, she should not visit you.
What? Canst not rule her?
From all dishonesty he can. In this, Unless he take the course that you have done, commit me for committing honour, trust it, he shall not rule me.
Now you hear. When she will take the rein, let her run, but she'll not stumble.
Good my liege, come, and I beseech you hear me. I profess myself your loyal servant, your physician, your most obedient counsellor. Yet who dares less appear so in comforting your evils than such as most seem yours? I say I come from your good queen.
Good queen?
Good queen, my lord. I say good queen. And would by combat make her good, so were I a man the least amongst you.
Force her hence.
Let him that makes but trifles of his eyes first hand me. On mine own accord I'll off. But first, I'll do my errand. The good queen, for she is good, hath brought you forth a daughter. It is. Commends it for your blessing.
Out, a mankind witch, hence with her out a door, a most intelligencing bore.
Not so, my lord. I am as ignorant in that as you in thus entitling me, and no less honest than thou art mad, which is enough as this work goes, I warrant, to pass for honest.
Traitors, will you not push her out? Give her the bastard, thou dotard. Thou art woman tired, and roosted by thy gay partlet here. Take up the bastard, take it up, I say, give it to thy crone.
Forever unvenerable be thy hands, if thou takest up the princess by that base name that he hath put upon it.
He dreads his wife.
So I would you did. Then 'twere past all doubt you'd call your children yours.
A nest of traitors.
I am none by this good light.
Nor I, nor any but one that's here, and that's himself. For he, the sacred honour of himself, his queens, his hopeful sons, his babes betrays to slander, whose sting is sharper than the sword. It will not. As the case now stands, it is a curse he cannot be compelled to, once remove the root of his opinion, which is rotten as ever oak or stone must stand.
A coward of boundless tongue, who late hath beat her husband, and now baits me. This brat is none of mine. It is the issue of Polixenes. Hence with it, and together with the dam, commit them to the fire.
It is yours. And might we lay your proverb to your charge, so like you 'tis the worse. Behold, my lords, the print be little, the whole matter a copy of the file. I, whose lip, thou good goddess nature, which has made so like to him that got it, if thou hast the ordering of the mind too, amongst all the colours, yellow in it, lest she suspect, as he does, her children's not her husband.
A gross hag, and Losel, thou art worthy to be hanged, that will not stay her tongue.
Hang all the husbands that cannot do that thing, my lord, and you'll leave yourself hardly one subject.
Once more, take her hence.
A most unworthy and unnatural lord could do no more.
I'll have thee
But
burned.
I cannot. It is a heretic that makes the fire, not he which burns in it. Oh, call you tyrant. This most cruel usage of your queen, not able to produce more accusations than your own weak-hinged fancy, something savours of tyranny, and willing noble make you, yea, scandalous to the world.
On your allegiance out of the chamber with her. Were I a tyrant, where were her life? She durst not call me so if she did know me one. Away with her!
I pray you, do not push me, I'll be gone. Look to your child, my lord. 'Tis yours. To have sent her a better guiding spirit, what need these hands? You that are thus so tender of his follies will never do him good, not one of you. So farewell. You're gone.
Traitor, hast set on thy wife to this, my child? Oh, wait a minute. Even thou, who hast a heart so tender o'er it, take it hence and see it instantly consumed with fire. Even thou, and none but thou, take it up straight. Within this hour bring me word 'tis done, and on good testimony, or I'll seize thy life with what else thou call'st thine. If thou refuse, and wilt encounter with my wrath, say so. The bastard brains, with these my proper hands, will I dash out. Go, take it to the fire, for thou saidst on thy wife.
I did not, sir.
I am a feather for each wind that blows. Shall I live on and see this bastard kneel and call me father? Better burn it now than curse it then. But be it. Let it live. It shall not, neither. You, sir, what will you adventure to save this bastard's life?
Anything, my lord, that my ability may undergo and my nobleness impose. At least thus much. I'll pour my little blood that I have left to save the innocent. Anything possible.
It shall be possible. Swear thou wilt perform my bidding.
I will.
Mark and perform it. Seest thou? For the fail of any point in it shall not only be death to thee, but to thy lewd-tongued wife, whom for this time we pardon. We enjoin thee, as thou art liege man to us, that thou carry this female bastard hence, and that thou carry it to some remote and desert place, quite out of our dominion, and that there thou leave it, where chance may nurse or end it. Take it up.
I swear to do this, though a present death be more merciful. Some powerful spirit, instruct the kites and rails to be thy nurses. Wolves and bears, they say, casting their savageness aside, have done like officers of pity. So, be prosperous in more than this deed does require, and blessing against this cruelty, fight on thy side. Poor thing, condemned to loss.
No! I'll not raise another's issue.
Please, your highness. Post from those you sent to the oracle occur an hour since. Cleomenes of Dion, being well arrived from Delphos, have landed and are hasting to the court.
So please you, sir, their speed has been beyond account.
23 days they have been absent. 'Tis good speed. Foretells the great Apollo will suddenly have the truth of this appear. Prepare you, lords. Summon a session that we may arraign our most disloyal lady. For as she hath been publicly accused, so she shall have a just and open trial. While she lives, my heart will be a burden to me. Leave me and think upon my bidding.
Clients delicate, air most sweet, fertile the isle, the temple, much surpassing in the commonplace affairs.
I shall report for most important the celestial habits, methinks I so should term them, and the reverence of the grey wearers. Oh, the sacrifice, how ceremonious, solemn and unearthly it was in the offering.
But of all the burst and the ear-deafening voice of the oracle, akin to Job's thunder, so surprised my sense that I was nothing.
If the event of the journey prove successful to the Queen, oh, be it so, as it hath been to us, rare, pleasant, speedy. The time is worth the use of it.
Great Apollo turn all to the place. These proclamations so forcing thoughts upon Hermione, I little like.
The violent carriage of it will clear or end the business, when the oracle, thus by Apollo's great divine sealed up, shall the contents discover, something rare even then will rush to knowledge. Go, fresh horses, and gracious be the issue.
This sessions, to our great grief, we pronounce even pushes against our heart. The party tribe, the daughter of a king, and one of us, too much beloved. Let us be cleared of being tyrants, since we so openly proceed in justice, which shall have due course, even to the guilt or the purgation. Produce the prisoner.
It is His Highness' pleasure that the Queen appear in person here in court. Silence!
Read the indictment.
Hermione, Queen to the worthy Leontes, King of Sicilia, thou art here accused and arraigned of high treason, in committing adultery with Polixenes, King of Bohemia, and conspiring with Camillo to take away the life of our sovereign lord the King, thy royal husband. The pretence whereof being by circumstances partly laid open, thou, Hermione, contrary to the faith and allegiance of a true subject, didst counsel and aid them for their better safety to fly away by night.
Since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, and the testimony on my part no other but what comes from myself, it shall scarce boot me to say, not guilty. Mine integrity being counted falsehood, shall as I express it be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions as they do, I doubt not then but innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. Oh, you, my lord, best know, who least will seem to do, my past life hath been as continent, as chaste, as true as I am now unhappy. For behold me, a fellow of the royal bed, which o'er moiety of the throne, the great king's daughter, the mother to a hopeful prince, here, standing to talk and prate for life and honour for who please to come and hear. For life, I as I weigh grief which I would spare, for honour, 'tis a derivative of me to mine, and only that I stand for. I appeal to your own conscience, sir. Before Polixenes came to your court, how I was in your grace, how merited to be so. Since he came, with what encounter so uncurrent have I strained to appear thus, if one jot beyond the bound of honour, or an act or will that way inclining, harden me the hearts that hear me, and the nearest of my kin cry fire upon my brain.
I ne'er heard yet that any of these bolder vices wanted less impudence to gainsay what they did than to perform it first.
That's true enough, but 'tis a saying, sir, not due to me.
You will not own it.
More than I am mistress of, which comes to me in name of fault, I must not at all acknowledge. For Polixenes, I do confess I loved him, as in honour he required, with such a kind of love as might become a lady such as me. Now for conspiracy, I know not how it tastes, though it be dished for me to try how. All I know is that Camillo was an honest man, and why he left your court, the gods themselves, wotting no more than I, are ignorant.
You knew of his departure, as you know what you have undertaken to do in his absence.
Oh, sir, you speak a language that I understand not. My life stands at the level of your dreams, which I'll lay down.
Your actions are my dreams. You had a bastard by Polixenes, and I would dream this. As you were past all shame, those of your fact are so. So past all truth, which to deny concerns more than avails. For as thy brat hath been cast out, no farther owning it, which is indeed more criminal in thee than it, so thou shalt feel our justice, in whose easiest passage look for no less than death.
Oh, sir, spare your threats. That bug which you would fright me with, I seek. To me, life can be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favour, I do get lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy, the first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred like one infectious. My third joy, starred most unluckily, taken from my breast, the innocent milk in a most innocent mouth, and haled out to murder, myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet, with what immodest hatred the child privilege denied, which belongs to women of all fashion. And lastly, hurried here, to this place, in the open air, before I have got strength of limit, I ask you, what blessings have I here that I should fear to die? Therefore proceed. But yet, hear this, mistake me not. No life, I prize it not a straw, but for mine honour, which I would free. If I am to be condemned upon surmises, or proof sleeping else but what your jealousies awake, I tell you 'tis rigour, and not law. Your honours all, I do refer me to the oracle. Let Apollo be my judge.
This your request is altogether just. Therefore bring forth, and in Apollo's name, his oracle.
The Emperor of Russia was my father. Oh, that he were alive, and here beholding his daughter's trial, and that he did but see the flatness of my misery, but with eyes of pity, not revenge.
You here shall swear upon this sword of justice that you, Cleomenes and Dion, have been both at Delphos and from thence have brought this sealed up oracle by hands delivered of great Apollo's priest, and that you have not dared to break the seals nor read the secret in it.
All this we swear. Break open the seals and read.
Hermione is chaste, Polixenes blameless, Camillo a true subject, Leontes a jealous tyrant, his innocent babe truly begotten, and the king shall live without an heir, if that which is lost be not found.
Now blessed be the great Apollo.
Praised.
Hast thou read truth?
Aye, my lord, even as it is here laid down.
There is no truth at all in the oracle. This session shall proceed. This is mere falsehood.
My lord the king,
The business.
Oh, sir, I should be hated to report it. The prince, your son, with mere conceit and fear of the queen's speed, is gone.
How gone?
He's dead.
Apollo's angry, and the heavens themselves do strike at my injustice. What then?
This news is mortal to the queen. Look down and see what death is doing.
Better hence. Her heart is but charged. She will recover. I have too much to leave my own suspicion. Beseech you, tenderly apply to her some remedies for life. Apollo, pardon my great profaneness against thine oracle. How reconcile me with Polixenes? New woo my queen. Recall the good Camillo, whom I do pronounce a man of truth, of mercy, for being transported by my jealousies to bloody thoughts and to revenge. I chose Camillo as minister to poison my friend Polixenes, which had been done, but that the good mind of Camillo guarded my swift command. Though I, with death and with reward, did threaten and encourage him, not doing it and being done, he, most humane and filled with honour, to my royal guest, unclasped my practice, quit his fortunes here, which you knew great, and to the certain hazard of all uncertainties, himself commended, no richer than his honour. Oh, how he glisters thorough my rust, and how his piety doth make my deeds a black.
My laces, lest my heart cracking break too.
What fit is this, good lady?
Studies, torments, tyrant, as for me. Wheels, racks, fires, what flaying, boiling in leads or oils, what old or newer torture must I receive? Whose every word deserves to taste of thy most worst. Thy tyrannies, together working with thy jealousies. inconstant and damnable ingrateful, thou wast much that thou would but poison good Camillo's honour, to have him kill a king for trespasses, more monstrous standing by. Whereof I reckon the casting forth the crows, thy baby daughter to be or none, or little, for devil would have shed water out of fire had done it. Nor is directly laid to thy charge the death of the young prince, whose honourable thoughts high for one so tender, cleft the heart that could conceive a gross and foolish sire, blemished his gracious dam. This is no laid to thy charge but the last. Oh Lord, when I have said cry woe, the queen, the sweetest, dearest creature's dead. No vengeance for it dropped down yet.
The higher powers forbid.
I say she's dead. I swear it. Well, Rose prevail not, go and see if you can bring tincture or lustre to her eye, her lip, heat outwardly or breath within. Oh, I'd serve you as I would the gods. But oh, thou tyrant, do not repent these things, for they are heavier than all thy woes can stir. Therefore betake thee to nothing but revenge. 1,000 knees, 10,000 years together, naked, fasting, upon a barren mountain, and still winter, in storm perpetual, could not move the gods to look the way thou wert.
Go on. Go on. Thou canst not speak too much. I have deserved all tongues to talk their bitterness.
Say no more. However this business goes, you have made fault in the boldness of your speech.
I'm sorry for it. All faults I made when I shall come to know the light of everything. I've shown too much the rashness of a woman. He's touched the noble heart. Oh, what's gone, and what's past help, should be past grief. Oh, do not receive affliction at my petition, I beseech you. Nay, rather let me be punished, who have minded you of what you should forget.
Thou didst speak but well, when most the truth, which I receive much better than to be pitied of thee. Bring me to the dead bodies of my queen and son. One grave shall serve for both. Upon them shall the causes of their death be known, unto our shame perpetual. Once a day I'll visit the chapel where they lie, and tears shed there shall be my recreation. So long as nature will bear up with this exercise, so long I daily vow to use it. Come. Lead me to these sorrows.
Thou art perfect then? Our ship hath touched upon the deserts of Bohemia?
Aye, my lord. And I fear we have landed in ill time. The skies look grimly and threaten present busters. With my conscience, the heavens, with what we have at hand, are angry and do frown upon us.
Oh, their sacred wills be done. Go, get aboard, look to thy bark. I'll not be long before I call upon thee.
Make your best haste, and go not too far over the land. 'Tis like to be thou dweller. And besides, this country is famous for the creatures that prey that keep upon it.
Go thou away, I'll follow instantly.
I'm glad at heart to be so rid of this matter.
Come, poor babe. I have heard, but not believed, that the spirits of the dead may walk again. If such things be, thy mother appeared to me last night, for ne'er was dream so like the waking. To me comes a creature, sometimes a head on one side, sometimes the other. I never saw a vessel of like sorrow, so filled and so becoming. In pure white robes, like very sanctity, she did approach the cabin while I lay. Thrice bowed before me, and gasping to begin some speech, her eyes became two spouts. The fury spent, anon did this break from her. Good Antigonus, since fates against thy better disposition have made thy person for the thrower out of my poor babe according to thine oath, places remote and not far in Bohemia, there weep and leave it crying. And since my babe is counted lost forever, purgator I prithee call it. For this ungentle business put on thee by my lord, thou ne'er shalt see thy wife Paulina more. And so with shrieks she melted into air. Affrighted much, I did in time collect myself, and thought this was so, and no slumber, dreams are toys. Yet, for this once, yea, superstitiously, I will be squared by this. I do believe Hermione hath suffered death, and that Apollo would, this indeed being the issue of King Polixenes, it should be laid either for life or death, here upon the earth of its right father. Gloucester, speed thee well. There thy character, and there these which, if fortune please, may breed thee both pretty and still rest thine. The storm begins. Poor wretch, that for thy mother's fault art thus exposed to loss and what may follow. Weep I cannot, but my heart bleeds. Most accursed am I to be by oath enjoined to this. Farewell. The day frowns more and more. Thou art like to have a lullaby too rough. I never saw the heavens so dim by day. Savage clamor. Well, now get aboard. Hi! This is the chase! I am gone forever!
How would that there were no age between 10 and 3 and 20, or the youth would sleep out the rest. There's nothing in between but getting wenches with child, wronging the ancientry, stealing, fighting, you know. Would any but these boiled brains of 19 and 2 and 20 hunt this weather? They've scared away two of my best sheep, which I fear the wolf will sooner find than the master. If I never have them, 'tis by the seaside, browsing of ivy. Good looking to be thy name. What have we here? Mercy on us, 'tis a bear. A very pretty bear. A boy or a child, I wonder. Oh, a pretty one. A very pretty one. Sure, some skin. Though I'm not bookish, yet I can read waiting gentlewoman in the scale. This has been some stair work, some trunk work, some behind door work. Them that got it were warmer than this poor thing is here. I'll take it up for pity, yet I'll tarry till my son doth come. He allowed me, but even now, whoa! The lower, but what art so near? Now, if thou'lt see a thing to talk on when thou art dead and rotten, come hither. Oh, what else, thou man?
I have seen two such sights, by sea and by land, but I'm not to say it is a sea, for it is now the sky. Betwixt the firmament and it, you cannot thrust upon King's Point.
Why, boy, how is it?
I would you did but see how it shapes, how it rages, how it takes up the shore. But that's not to the point. Oh, to hear the most piteous cry of the poor souls. Sometimes to see him and not see him. Oh, and now the ship bore in the moon with her main mast, and anon swallowed with yes and froth as you thrust a cork into a hog's head. And for the land service, to see how the bear tore out his shoulder bone, and how he cried out for me. He cried out for me for help. Said his name was a nobleman. But to make an end of the ship, to see how the sea flap-dragged it. But first, how the poor souls roared, and the sea mocked them, and the gentleman roared, and the bear mocked him, both screaming louder than the sea or weather.
Name of mercy. When was this, boy?
Now, I have not winked since I've seen his sight. The men are not yet cold underwater, nor the bear half blind on the gentleman. He's at it now.
Would that I had been by to have helped the old man.
I would you were by the ship's side to have helped her. There, your charity with black footing.
Heavy matters. Heavy matters. Now look here, bless thyself. Those men with things dying. Aye, with things newborn. Here's a sight for thee, look thee. A bearing cloth for a squire's child. Look thee here. Take up, open. So let's see. 'Twas said to me I should be rich by the fairies. This is some changeling. Open it, what's within, boy?
You're a maid, old man. If the sins of your youth are forgiven, you're well to live. It's gold! It's all gold!
It's fairy gold, and will prove so. Up with it. Keep close. Hold, the next way. We are lucky, boy, and to be so still requires nothing but secrecy. Let my sheep go. Come, good boy, the next way home.
You go the next way with your findings. I'll go see if the bear be gone from the gentleman and how much he hath eaten. An evident curse when they're hungry. And if there be any left of him, I'll bury him.
It is a good deed, and if thou mayest discern by that which remains of him what he is, fetch me to the sight of him.
Oh, marry will I, and you shall help to put him in the ground.
'Tis a lucky day, boy, and we'll do good deeds on't.